Good evening and welcome to the Tonny and Tim show. I'm Tonny.
And I'm Tim.
And Manchester City are champions of the Premier League. Of course, we know that from the weekend after very, very interesting results at the weekend. One that seemed to go their way, but they kicked off the weekend with a big game on Saturday evening. Spurs hosting them at the Wembley Stadium. A game that we thought that maybe Manchester City might find difficult, being that they were away from home and given the poor run of results that they had, but they beat Tottenham convincingly 3-1 there.
Yes, Tony, convincingly winning this 3-1. I did not give Man City a chance in this game. I thought the results of Liverpool United were going to keep haunting them, but well done Pep. He managed to organize his team, and the team came back really fighting like they have not wrapped up the season or they were about to wrap it up, and good enough. The result that they got, Tony, after some time has made them champions even without kicking the ball the next day.
Of course, it was very interesting for Manchester City there. They've had a brilliant season, team. Let's not take away anything from that Manchester City side. They've had a poor run of results, yes, but in this game especially, we saw the way Pochettino set up his side. For me, where he lost the game was benching one of his most prolific players, Heung-min Son, a player that I talked about in the build-up. He's had a brilliant season. He's one of those players, if Harry Kane is not on the pitch, Son will hurt you. And I saw when Harry Kane played this game, I think it's probably his worst performance this season. I didn't see him making any touches in the box. He had a very nightmarish outing, especially after claiming Eriksen's goal in midweek.
Yes, Tony, I think that played in his mind also, because
I think he's under huge pressure
the
now.
The entire world was looking at him saying, okay, you claimed the goal, can you now deliver? Because yes, he got a goal, but he needed 3-4 more goals to get closer to Salah, which he did not, and Salah scored earlier in the day. But Tony, it's very hard for coaches when you play a different player after benching maybe a good player. It's a masterstroke if you win. If you lose, everyone blames your tactics. So we do not know what was going through Pochettino playing Lamela ahead of Son, but we all now can blame him and say it was not a masterstroke because you lost the game. The team looked poor up front. I think only Eriksen, who got them a goal, looked to be the only player running around. Kane, as you said, was so poor. But I again think the tactics that Man City deployed in this game were so good that it took Pochettino off his game plan. He took his seat and I think was trying to understand the game as it was going, but he could not really find it out. And City well champions now, and I think it's done now. We cannot say they're aiming to be champions. They are now the English champions for the next 1 year or so.
Of course, Manchester City giving themselves a big chance there. We knew that any result for Manchester United other than a win on Sunday would give them a trophy there. Big game that they had there. Of course, we know that how much they've enjoyed this season. It has been in the luck that they were getting at the beginning of the season. Yes. We saw them getting very late goals there in some of the games, and missed the opposing teams missing a couple of chances, especially the one we saw Crystal Palace earlier in the season missing a last
Tony. Crystal Palace missing that penalty, but I would like to single out the very first game that was against Bournemouth, scoring in the 95th minute, Sterling, and again Sterling against Southampton. So those are things that make you a champion, when you're able to churn out results. When you're maybe getting a draw, you get a win. So City had themselves written as champions right from the start, and well done, these guys. They deserve it.
They definitely deserve it. We saw it in the organization that the coach has put in this club. They have probably the best squad depth in the Premier League. They have a second 11 that's almost unmatchable. They've had many goal scorers around the team. Everyone, they have 3 players with double figures. That goes to show you how much depth they have. They've not suffered from injuries a lot, especially when they missed some of their key players. It has been a very wonderful season for Pep and his side. A coach that some people believe maybe would find it hard in the Premier League, especially after last season, finishing third.
Yes, Tony, I didn't give Pep, I'm one of the guys who didn't give Pep a chance, because he had coached only 2 teams before. That's Barcelona and Bayern Munich.
And in all fairness, they're the best in their leagues.
These are the best in the leagues and also the best in the world. So I really didn't give him a chance with Man City. That has a lot of competition. But his style of play, the formation he has brought in, it reminds me of last season's formation that Antonio Conte deployed, and every team
was
he made
blowing up everyone.
was blowing up everyone. So it's a formation I'm looking at, and there looks to be sustainability with Pep's formation. They look to be, every time he goes for a game, he has a different style. I looked at the Tottenham game. He played with 4 defenders, but if you realize towards the end of the game, the number 3 Delph was playing in midfield. It's something that other coaches cannot try to adapt to, unlike Conte, where this season everyone knew his formation, Tony.
It was very, certainly very interesting. Manchester City there winning the trophy. Now left with the only onus on them is to break a couple of more records. They have the highest points right now with 87. They'll be looking to break that, probably break that 100 points barrier or whereabouts. They will be looking to break the goal difference records, the number of goals scored in a single season. So now the Pep also can use the remaining fixtures to take a look at the other players and find out who will be here next season. We've already seen some speculation linking Manchester City to Kylian Mbappe, and Mahrez. Very interesting news coming in there. We'll be looking at how they do in the last couple of games. Of course, they cannot be complacent because they've already won the trophy. They'll probably be looking to now build for next season, which we know Pep does very well. He'll be definitely looking to dominate the Premier League.
Yes, Tony, I think in Pep's game plan he's looking at maybe 3 to 5 years dominance, which I do believe he has the ability, because
he achieved it with Barcelona.
He achieved it, and the way he integrates the new players into this team, he's looking at even Thiago Alcantara to bring in this team. And teams have to step up their game next season, otherwise Man City might even widen the gap.
It's definitely, they need to watch out next season. All the teams, they still have, of course, the other teams have a lot to play for, but it was a brilliant game for Manchester City there, winning their game 3-1 at the Wembley, a place that we didn't think that they would have a big chance, but they finally gave themselves that chance, and it showed in the result on Sunday that we'll look at shortly after the break.